I would like to take you through a chain of events that happened to Jenny and I at our South Uinta base camp. During the day, we went to some Bigfoot sighting locations in the Yellowstone Canyon. On the way in, we drove past Skinwalker Ranch and then Blind Frog Ranch. After returning back to base camp, sitting around the campfire, Jenny called out to me, "Kelly, come here, you have got to see this." I'll show you what everything looked like during the day so you can see exactly what was going on. I walked from the campfire over to the clearing she was standing in, and she was staring at the mountain peak behind our camp. This mountain peak is only about a mile away, and it's less than 1,000 feet higher in elevation. I created some diagrams to show you guys what was going on while I walk you through this. Above the peak were 4 lights or orbs, flying in a large formation, perhaps 50 yards by 50 yards square. They were flying our direction and stopped to hover over the mountain peak. At first, I thought it was a helicopter, but realized that there isn't a square helicopter that large that I know of, and this was completely silent. I could not see an aircraft. All I could see were 4 orbs or lights flying in a formation. I was shocked. I realized I may be witnessing what the Uinta Basin and Skinwalker Ranch are famous for: strange lights, orbs, and UFOs. Then about 6 feet to the right of the bottom right orb, an intense spotlight turned on. It scanned below it, and then scanned the mountainsides on either side of it. As this thing flew in formation, it flew left, right, up and down, and hovered. The spotlight would disappear, then turn back on several times, and scan around. I kept saying to Jenny, "I need to run to the tent and grab my camera." I was mesmerized and afraid of missing any of this. The Uinta Basin on the south side of the Uinta Mountains is famous for this type of activity. I would like to put in perspective where our base camp is. Skinwalker Ranch is roughly 15 miles northeast of our base camp, and Sasquatch Canyon is 5 miles southwest of us. This is what the surrounding areas and canyons around our base camp look like. As often as we drive past Skinwalker Ranch traveling to Bigfoot sighting locations, I haven't seen any of the activity at that location that it's famous for. However, here at our base camp 4 or 5 years ago, I saw a massive fiery orb. I was preparing to film the largest supermoon of the year when the orb come up over to the mountain to my left. Some more diagrams to show you guys what was going on. Yeah, the fireball come to my left. I was waiting for the supermoon to come, and you could see the light of where the moon was to kind of come up. I had the camera filming facing that direction, seeing where the moon was going to come up, and then I seen the massive fireball to the left. I reached out and grabbed the tripod to aim it at this fireball, and by the time I grabbed a hold of the tripod, this massive fireball dropped down behind the mountain, and I was unable to get that on video. Very elusive. Back to the formation of lights flying around, scanning the mountains behind our base camp. We can't explain it, so it was a UFO or a formation of UFOs to us. This doesn't mean it was aliens from another planet. We just have no idea what they were. I'll show diagrams to you of how this ended, and then I'll put the video of Jenny and I trying to film them after we grabbed a camera and started filming in the direction we saw the strange orbs of lights. You'll get to hear our reactions. In the beginning, it was flying towards us, and then it stopped and hovered over this mountain peak, turned on a spotlight, and then would scan around. The spotlight would turn off, turn back on, and it would scan around some more. Eventually, it just started scanning directly below it, and then it dropped down to where the 2 bottom sets of lights were actually looked like they were touching the top of the mountain. And then something really weird happened. It seemed to break formation. The light dimmed onto the right, and then the light above it dropped down, so it seemed to break formation. Then on the other side, that one disappeared, and then that dropped to the ground. And so now there was two on the ground left, and then eventually the one on the left disappeared, and then the one on the right, it dimmed, and there was this dim light there. I went and grabbed the cameras after all of these disappeared, and we filmed up there for a couple of hours. I'm not going to show you guys a couple of hours worth of stuff. I will time lapse in between us talking and things happening, but we were hoping that this would do something again. Okay, here it is. You point up there?
Yeah.
In case it does something. Jenny and I just saw what's a UFO to us. We don't know what it is. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it wasn't... Okay, so what happened was we're standing here at our base camp, and we can see the side of the mountain up over to the top.
Here, I can see it now. Let me try and zoom in on it and you talk.
Okay, so what happened was there's four big, huge, bright lights all together. So kind of like a four pattern on a checkerboard. And then it went straight up into the sky. No, it's still there. You just can't see it when the screen's in front of your eyes.
I understand.
Okay, so it went straight up, then it came straight down. Then it went straight up, and then it went straight down. And a big, huge spotlight was beaming out of it, and it was just lighting up a big, huge tunnel of light all across the sky. And then it just sat right down on top of the hill up there, and I can still see where it sat. It's still there. You can see...
You hold this camera on it. I'm going to go grab another camera and a tripod. I think we can get this thing.
Well, the big...
In case it does something, just keep that camera on it.
Okay. That was just the weirdest thing.
Shit. I locked the car.
I've just never seen anything that can light up the sky like that. I mean, we see planes fly over, whatever, and mostly they'll have a little blinky, they have a couple of blinky lights, and you can tell that it's an airplane. But this thing looked like stadium lights at a football field, four of them, and it was weird. It was hovering. At first we thought, oh my gosh, I wonder if that is a helicopter with a searchlight. But when it shot straight down and then shot straight back up into the sky, it was not a helicopter. And helicopters don't have big, huge four lights like that. And then it just parked at the top of that mountain right there, and all the big lights just went boom and shut off, but one little dim light is still up there. I can still see it. We just don't have a good enough camera to see it.
Did it do anything?
No, it's still sitting there though.
Okay. So weird. I got the 60. I'm gonna go grab the tripod.
Okay. Yeah, that's just a tree right here I'm standing next to. Yeah, I wish I had a spiffy camera that would just go zing and go up there so you guys can see that.
I'm gonna set your tripod up first.
Man.
Okay.
I wish we would have got that. That was just the creepiest thing.
Well, we need to be ready if it takes off again. That was weird. Is that the Sasquatch Preserve?
No. That's...
Just saying.
Yeah, that's off to the north over there, but we're shining kind of northeast right now, almost due north. But
All
it
right,
came up.
hand me your camera and I'll put it on the
Okay, here.
tripod thingy.
But you can still see the dim little light up there, and you can see the skyline in back of it and the top of the hill.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no brighter than a star now.
I want to see what's going on right here. Okay. Alright. It's right up there somewhere.
Like I was telling the camera earlier, I mean, we see planes fly over here.
The light went out up there, Jen. Oh, no, actually.
No, it's still there. But you can see the planes bright as day. I mean, they have two blinky lights, a red one, a white one.
They had no blinking lights.
No.
Oh my gosh.
They were all just shining bright like a state.
There was 4 lights like flying in formation, and one of the lights had a search thing going under like a spotlight.
Yeah. And it was lighting up the sky like nothing we've ever seen up here.
It's the weirdest UFO I've seen up here so far. And, you know, it may very well be something legitimate, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
it's a UFO to me right now.
Yeah, we just don't know what it is, but it was creepy.
But that light that you guys may be able to see on this camera is one of the 4 and the spotlight that we saw. It landed on that mountain right there, and then it's just
all the lights just went boof.
We did see another light turn on for a little while though.
That was bizarre. What's so bizarre is if it would have disappeared and went away, then okay. But now
it's just a single light up there.
It's just this dim little single light sitting on top of that mountain.
It may do something for us. I'm getting the other thing set up.
All right.
I want to get the other camera on it.
Oh, FYI, right out in that direction is Skinwalker Ranch.
We're directly in between Skinwalker Ranch and Sasquatch Canyon.
Yeah, but the camera is pointed over in that direction, and a lot of people say they see weird lights and whatnot, and I personally haven't seen anything until today. We've driven around Skinwalker a lot.
We were next to Skinwalker Ranch twice today.
We were there today.
We didn't drive around it because we were in a hurry.
We drove past it, but it was we've already been there today, and we didn't see anything.
Yep.
We haven't seen any. We didn't see anything, but
maybe something followed us.
No, that's way too far away.
That's just like a mountain peak next to us.
Yeah, we're not that important. It's pretty.
All right, we're not important. You're right. It's not gonna follow us. We're not that important.
No.
Mm-hmm. It's weird. That light has not gone. What's going on? That was so freaking weird. It makes me so mad. I hope it takes off again.
Yeah, there's a plane flying over top of us right now.
Way up there.
Well, it's because
that's like a commercial airliner clear up there.
Well, yeah, but you can still see. I mean, there's 2 lights. They're blinking, blink, blink, blink. This isn't anything like that.
There was never any blinking lights at any time.
No, they were.
That's what was weird about it. There's no little green men in the area.
Oh, there's the Little Dipper. And there's the Big Dipper. So we are definitely pointed north.
Okay, this camera, I'm not going to turn on until something happens.
Okay.
We'll keep this one going.
Well, I know we're, what are we, 5 miles from Sasquatch right now?
Yeah, we're 5 miles from Sasquatch Canyon.
Yeah, not by road.
You take if you have to do the winding roads, it takes double the mileage, but on GPS, it's kind of where we're sitting. Yeah, this has got 71 minutes. We can keep, this one's got 71 minutes battery time. We can keep this going on that until something happens, if something happens. Man, it so sucks we didn't see that. We didn't film it landing. It was so crazy.
Well, it was less than a minute of footage. Took a little bit longer to run and get the camera.
I hope it does something. What weird. What's going on? Weird. I'm gonna flip out of IR and see if it picks it up better. This ambient light. I don't see nothing in the viewfinder either way. I'm switching back to IR. I got my fingers crossed that that thing will take off. Thank you. I got both cameras going right now. I'm just, whatever. I can erase the footage, just, that thing takes off again. We need to get, that's weird. People need to see what we've been seeing. This is our Bigfooting base camp. Like 40% of the time, which is a lot. If you guys follow us and see how much we Bigfoot. We're always out. We do anywhere from 30 to 40 expeditions a year. And what we just saw, I've never seen in my life, and Jenny just was saying she's never seen anything like it. And we're aiming both these cameras at the light on the mountain where this thing landed.
What was
Or
impressive?
things.
Well, it was either one thing with 4 lights or 4 things.
Mm-hmm. And one of them kept on doing a searching spotlight.
That was impressive. That thing,
Bright.
it was very bright.
I hope this thing does something. I see the Big Dipper handle coming up.
Yeah,
It's being very patient.
it is. It's only, what, 10?
Yep, not probably not even that. Let me see. I'll give us an official time. 9:50. 9:50 p.m. So that, what? This is bugging me. This thing, we're gonna keep this thing going until that light disappears or it takes off again. I'll go grab batteries and SD cards,
Well, there's not a road that goes up there.
or until we give up.
Yeah.
I just don't want to miss anything, you know?
Yeah.
That was weird. You can barely see that light up there now, Jen. Or I can't even see it now.
I'm wondering if...
Oh, I see it now. What's going on? Why is there like UFOs?
Whatever.
Yeah, well, do you know what it is?
No.
Do you hear a helicopter blade? Airplanes don't do that. Just saying.
We didn't have
And there's no way that a drone has that much light power. And
a drone.
Yeah, and that type of a spread. You know what I mean?
It was too far away for a drone. It was on the top of the next mountaintop.
We've been around a lot of drones, and drones are noisy. Helicopters are noisy.
No, this is at the top of the mountain over there.
I did not sleep very well at base camp that night after seeing that thing or things land near us. Next morning, I grab a camera and zoom up there to see what's going on, and I spot a little tough shed style cabin on that mountain peak. Perhaps the very dim light that never disappeared belonged to that tiny cabin. What is strange is, what was that thing or things doing landing next to that rather unimpressive little cabin? Why was it spotlighting and flying around that mountain peak? Why did it land there and never appear again? Maybe the landowner has some answers if we ever get a chance to meet. I hope this episode can be explained and doesn't upset whomever has a summer cabin up there. I was a mile away and it upset me. I hope you enjoyed a look around Sasquatch Canyon Base Camp. We have been camping at this spot the last 10 years, and by far the weirdest thing we have ever seen at base camp. Keep on watching, we're gonna keep on squatching.